super agent, close friend and confidant to LeBron James, beau of world-renowned singer Adele, Rich Paul, was recently on, I want to say Gilbert Arenas' podcast and made his GOAT case for his boy, LeBron James. Of course, common sense, loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Uh, but he said some things that are just flat out wrong. Okay? Just flat out wrong. And so once again, Lord have mercy, they worked the dog shit out of me. I have to correct the record when it comes to this Jordan LeBron debate. Lord. And I will do so. Okay? I will do so. But before I do, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, okay? I am your homeboy first, and this is the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something, okay? Again, hit that subscribe button, share. Put all your people on it. Make sure you put this in them group chats, okay? I know y'all arguing about the shit too. Put it in them group chats. Put it in them Facebook groups, okay? So I can provide some straightening for the LeBron stands in your life, okay? But let's get into it. All right. Rich Paul, y'all, he stated two things, okay? The first one I'm going to speak on briefly, and then the second one y'all see, that's the one I'm going to focus on. You see it right there in the banner, okay? The first thing Rich Paul alleges is that basically LeBron should get more credit in this GOAT discussion because he had to be compared to Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan didn't have to be compared to anybody. Okay. I'm just going to stay on this one briefly because basically Rich Paul's age is the reason why he thinks that way. Okay. Rich Paul, based on what I'm seeing here, was born December 16, 1981. Okay. So by the time Michael Jordan made his debut in the league, Rich Paul was 2 years old, going on 3. Okay. Rich Paul don't know shit about what went on in them 80s. He does. You would hope that he would have gone on and done his research on that, but that's not what his job. Okay, he's a super agent. It's not his job to go back and study Michael Jordan's career in the 1980s. Okay, it's not his job. By the time Rich Paul came up some age where you can think of a motherfucker starting to get some sense about basketball, what y'all say maybe? You might be able to say, let's say 12 years old, where you start to kind of have, so you in middle school, maybe you on your middle school team, you're doing a few things. You got a little sense about what's going on with the game. Okay. That man turned 12 in 1993. Mike already considered the GOAT at that point. Now, sure enough, if we bump that on up to when you playing high school ball and you're being taught the game, let's say when you turn like 15, that's 1996, that's 96 Bulls. So he can't fathom Mike being treated as less than the guy because he was just a baby in the 80s. Now, full disclosure, so was I. I'm younger than Rich Paul. I was born in 1984, but I'm not a super agent. I'm a businessman with an entertainment company and a sports show. So I'm going to go back and do my homework. So I've gone back and watched all of those playoff games that Michael Jordan played in the 80s. All of them. Okay? I told y'all I'm doing a Michael Jordan research project. Okay? I'm up to 1994 when he wasn't even on the team. I'm up to watching Scotty and the Bulls go against the Knicks in that series. That's where I am right now in my research. Okay? So I watched all that. And I watched him be compared to Dr. J. Julius Erving. I watched him be compared to Jerry West. Okay? Well, motherfuckers say, well, he got the jump shot of Jerry West, but he jumps like Dr. J. I've seen that. I've also seen them be quite critical of him when he was losing to the Bucks and then to the Celtics and then to the Pistons. I've seen them say, well, he's not Magic Johnson or he's not Larry Bird. See, they make their teammates better. Never mind that, they had super teams. Magic got Kareem and James Worthy and Byron Scott and all these cats to pass it to. Okay. And Bird got McHale and Parrish and Dennis Johnson, who they got for cheap. Go watch Danny Ainge on Knuckleheads. He'll tell you about how they got DJ, a Hall of Famer, for a little bit of nothing. Okay. Like, you got all these guys, hell yeah. I'm gonna make some passes. I got buckets all around me. Rich Paul don't remember that though. When Mike was being called nothing but a scoring champ. That's what he was being called. A one-man team that'll never get it done. When folks were saying, yeah, he's okay, but if he was 7 foot, then yeah, maybe he can change this franchise, but he's not 7 foot. See, the Lakers dynasty and the Celtics dynasty, both of them had Hall of Fame centers. Mike ain't had no Hall of Fame center, and he wasn't a Hall of Fame center. So they were like, no, he ain't gonna get it done. Rich Paul does not remember that. He was just a baby. I was just a baby, but I go back and do the homework. This man didn't met Michael Jordan and all these greats, but he ain't wouldn't put his eyes on when they were doing their thing and hear what these folks were saying about it. So we're gonna chop that up to age. But let's get to this. His point that LeBron is the first player to have to deal with social media and 24/7 coverage. Now we gotta, first of all, if we gonna say somebody had to deal with that first, ain't Kobe in there? Kobe had to deal with social media and 24/7 coverage too. And he was in the league before LeBron. But that's one point. Here's my major point that I've heard no one mention. This is some real shit. Everybody wants to focus on the negatives of social media and 24/7 coverage on ESPN and other platforms, but they don't focus on how this shit has helped LeBron and others. It has helped. LeBron James is one of the most popular human beings on planet Earth. The way folks talk about this shit make you think that LeBron is globally known as this villain. He's not. Does he have his critics? Yes. Does he have his online trolls? Yes. Does he have media critics who made good money off of just hating on him like Skip Bayless? Yes. But with all of that, LeBron James is still one of the most popular people on planet Earth. Because for every troll he got, every account that gets on here and tries to just tear him down no matter what he does, he also has accounts like LeBron Factory. An account solely based on some human being then took the time to say, I love LeBron James so much. I ain't in his camp. I ain't getting paid for this shit. I'm going to go devote a whole social media account to just putting out flattering shit about him. Okay. You got accounts like, what's another one? It's several out there. Bron Muse. Okay. Bron Muse. Another account that don't do shit, but just talk about LeBron. Uncovering the Truth. Okay, and all of these are on the artist formerly known as Twitter. Okay, all these accounts I'm talking about. Okay, the picture on here is a picture of LeBron at St. Vincent St. Mary's. Okay, you got an account called LeBron History. Okay, you got all this shit that pushes back on whatever Skip Bayless and other motherfuckers might say. So it ain't just hate that LeBron gets on social media; he get hella love too. He don't just get hate on ESPN and FS1, because, yeah, you got Skip Bayless on FS1, but you also have Nick Wright. You also got Nick Wright, who loves this motherfucker so much that he take a motherfucker like Kobe Bean Bryant and say that Kobe Bryant never was the best player in the world. He gives that straight to LeBron. Like some of the years that we know Kobe was the best player on earth, when that motherfucker was getting 35 and first team all defense, he said, no, that's LeBron. On ESPN, yeah, you got Stephen A. Smith that says that Michael Jordan is the GOAT, but you also got Kendrick Perkins, you got JJ Redick. Come, what we talking about, y'all? It's not just fully one way. And see, that's an important notion to understand because see, like I deal with it on my level. I'm nowhere near as famous as LeBron James. Come on, of course not. Like I just say, he's one of the most famous people on planet Earth, one of the most popular people on planet Earth. Hell, he was eating overseas somewhere. Motherfuckers just stopped to watch him eat. That's the level of fame this motherfucker got, in part because of social media and 24/7 news coverage. Okay, but and at my level where I am currently in my business, I deal with the bullshit on social media. Yes, I do. Some fuck boy or bitch out here might be in my comment section underneath this video talk shit. I ain't gonna see it, okay? Because I only read the comments of the realest ones who are paid members of the channel. Okay. But I deal with that. Okay. Sometimes comments on other platforms, I do end up seeing them. Some racist piece of shit came underneath one of my reels while I'm being entertaining, okay? And I was talking my shit I want to say about Travis Hunter after that TCU game with that brother out there working his ass off on both sides of the ball. And I didn't put out a very entertaining reel. And some racist piece of shit gonna tell me, learn how to speak English, and then hit me with this emoji. Now, mind you, I think I got a B in one English class in my life, if I'm not mistaken. My mama was an English teacher for 40 years. I know how to speak the King of England's language better than many people, most people, mind you. Okay? I can speak all the words in the Oxford Dictionary perfectly if I so choose to. But this is my business and this is my platform. And when I'm on this motherfucker, I'm gonna be as comfortable as possible. And I'm gonna speak the language of the streets, okay? Because that's me, okay? But I had to deal with that racist piece of shit coming from me like that. And then I told him, stay off the myth and stay off my page. Okay. So yes, I have to deal with that bullshit. Just like LeBron has to deal with his bullshit. But my mama just had a mastectomy. And my mother-in-law just had part of one of her lungs removed to remove cancer, in both cases, to remove cancer. And I made a simple short video about it. And I had thousands and thousands of people around this world praying for my mama and my mother-in-law. That does not happen without social media. So you see what I'm saying? Like social media, yes, it's a curse quite often with all the misinformation and all the hatred and the vitriol that's out there. Cowards get courage because of social media. They'll say shit that they never would say to your motherfucking face. But also you get a chance to interact with people who you never would have met. Okay. This face right here has been seen across this earth. I got real ones in Nigeria. I got real ones in South Africa. I got real ones in England. I've real ones in India. Okay. I've had people across this earth listen to my music or see my reels, okay, or see my content in some form or fashion because of this shit right here. I'm from little state in the United States of America, 3 million people, Mississippi. And I've barely been outside of this motherfucker. I've barely been outside the South. And I get a chance to touch everybody through this shit right here. And nobody wants to look at that. Nobody wants to look at the positive aspects of social media when it comes to LeBron's career. Because see, like when Michael Jordan had the fuck shit happen in his life, when his father was murdered, he was blamed for it by many in big media. And he had no social media. Nobody could go on social media and push back on his behalf. All the millions of fans he had, I'm sure. Now he does have accounts devoted to him today. Okay. But he's retired. while he was playing, and people were saying that horrible shit about him, that somehow his gambling debts led to the mafia killing his daddy. You didn't have nobody from his fan base that was able to get online and defend him like that. He had to hear all that shit. It's part of the reason why he chose to retire. Mental health. Mental health. When the Bulls organization stupidly was like, this the last dance, you can go 82-0, and we ain't putting the team back together, and them motherfuckers just won the championship. There was no social media to clown the shit out of the Bulls organization and probably get them some straightening. Who knows? They might not have made that decision. If social media could have got involved, the average fan could have got involved. Maybe they don't make that move. Maybe he don't retire then. He didn't have this shit. You know what I'm saying? So the narrative was just big media. He had Ahmad Rashad in the media as a homie, but if you go look and watch Ahmad Rashad didn't do what Nick Wright does. He didn't do what Kendrick Perkins does. He didn't do what Skip Bayless does on the troll side of things. Ahmad Rashad was going to interview Mike same way he interviewed Patrick Ewing or interviewed Charles Barkley. You feel me? So that shit was different. So yeah, Mike hasn't had to deal with the 24/7, didn't have to deal with the 24/7 non-stop coverage. It was somewhat starting. Because you did have Sports Center and all that kind of shit at that time. Okay, motherfuckers act like there was no cable when Mike played in the 90s. Okay, we did have that, but he did not have to deal with social media. So when he was cheating on Juanita Jordan, his first wife, nobody was able to catch that shit on camera. Or when Mike was in them casinos, nobody was able to catch that shit on camera and all that kind of stuff. True enough. But also, his highlights were not amplified by social media. Imagine social media on the night that motherfucker jumped from the free throw line. Imagine social media on the night that he gave Boston 49, and then the next night he gave him 63, okay? Even in a loss. Y'all see, Bron gets praise in losses, okay? Even in a loss, though, imagine social media when a young motherfucker like that coming off a foot injury and come get them boys numbers like that. Imagine social media on the night he hit the shot over Craig Elo. Imagine social media on the night in game 2 where, yeah, Pip ended up guarding Magic Johnson once Mike got in foul trouble, okay? But in that game, Mike went dumb. Not only did he switch the hands, he made like 11 shots in a row that game. And oh yeah, social media maybe would have cleared up the bullshit notion that Pip guarded Magic the rest of the series when Mike got back on Magic Johnson in game 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Imagine social media in 92 when he hit all them threes to start the series off against Clyde Drexler and them. Imagine 93 when he put up them gaudy numbers against Charles Barkley. Imagine the 96 Bulls on social media with 72-10. Imagine that. Imagine him in that game winning 97 old Byron Russell, and y'all already know the one in 98. Imagine social media doing the flu game. Imagine the sales for these Jays if that some bitch had social media. Jays, you got whole sites, platforms dedicated to Jordans today. And the man been retired since 2003. Can you imagine social media platforms dedicated to Jordans if he was playing in them, out there dunking in them? Come on, man. It ain't all bad. It ain't all bad, man. Hell, Michael been, he'll a billionaire, but shit, he'll be at $10 billion probably. Come on, man. So don't just look at the bad, man. And Bron knows this. His team knows this. They have masterfully handled social media and traditional media. Hell, he got a media company. He understands how to work that motherfucking media like a motherfucker. Huh? And Rich Paul knows that too. Because he's part of it. Him and Maverick Card and all them boys. So come on, man. Let's stop the boo-boo. I don't expect Rich Paul to say anything other than what he said, that his boy is the GOAT. But he got to find some better reasoning than that. Put it on some.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.